Welcome to Attic Continues, episode 180 Trizzle. 183. This is a weekly podcast posted up every Monday in which we talk about video games, related topics, and all that stuff. And it's posted on atticcontinues.com as an MP3 every Monday, but it also goes up a little earlier on youtube.com/atticcontinues as a video where you can see my face and I'm over here yapping. Woo, woo, woo. Y'all know who it is.
Nope, they don't know. After 103 episodes, they don't know who it is.
But for those who are tuning in for the first time, my name is Staffa.
And I'm Eric.
Yep, this week I got Eric with me from the Attic Capes podcast.
Yep.
Yep. He likes video games too. Because he's a Viking.
You know.
So anyways, this week's episode segments will include our main discussion, which is basically going to go through Reddit and answer questions.
Question time.
Not questions asked directly to us. Just questions that have been asked to the internet. And we're here to answer.
Staffa, what is your favorite food?
Pasta? I don't know. I like food. But anyways, after that, we got some news, and that'll pretty much be it. So you ready?
Ready.
All right. So I am going to screen share. Whoops. There we go. Hold on. Get this back here. I'm going to screen share Reddit. There we go. Whoa, that is pretty cool. Did you see that?
Yep.
I had to move that out of the way. So anyways, we're going to go through. Here's Ask Games on Reddit. And we'll just go through. Do we want to do hot? Do we want to do new? Do we want to do rising? Controversial?
You're the host. I'll let you choose.
We'll stick with hot.
Okay.
So, let me put this on present to everyone so that it doesn't switch between me and you.
Okay.
All right. Now it's stationary. All right. First question on here. How am I supposed to play Chrono Cross? I know. Do you know the answer?
No, I don't.
The way how you play it is either on a PlayStation or emulated on your computer.
Cool.
Next question.
Best multiplayer game.
Well, that is very simple. It's Team Fortress 2.
Yep. Team Fortress 2. Without a doubt.
Yeah. Next question. PC equivalent of Power Pro Baseball. My answer is I have no clue.
I don't either.
Sorry, internet, but we have no clue. So, video games that depict nuclear weapons. Metal Gear Solid.
The question's asking for Japanese games, though. Can anyone name me a Japanese games that depict nuclear weapons as either mechanic or narrative device?
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of.
Metal Gear Solid. There you go. I was thinking about getting Wolfenstein, but I was wondering about the gameplay and all. I don't want to buy it and not like it. So tell me your views and what you like and what you can do in it. Well, I really liked Wolfenstein. First of all, which Wolfenstein is he talking about? He's talking about the new one?
I'm guessing yes.
You sound a little far away, or at least echoey.
I'm right here.
Okay, you sound better. All right, yeah. So, have you played the new the New Order Wolfenstein?
No, but I've seen someone play it.
I think it's pretty good.
It looks good.
It has really good shooting, a bunch of really cool weapons. It has some stealth if you want to do some stealth.
See, I played the original one way back. Like the old one.
Castle Wolfenstein,
Yes.
the one that was like a top down shooter
Yeah.
on the Apple.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
My after school days. Those for some reason all actually on the school computers.
But yeah, I mean it's a pretty good game.
Yeah.
I recommend it. Wolfenstein New Order. I haven't played the old Blood yet. The new one that just came out. Like what was it, last week or so? What are the best mobile games that don't require internet access and aren't pay to win? Angry Birds.
Yes.
It's not pay to win, right?
Not to my knowledge.
And you can
But
play it
change-
offline.
Yes.
Triple Town. That's another good one. You got anything?
Pixel Dungeon.
Haven't heard of that one. I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Any games like DayZ? Yes.
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 That's all you have to say.
That's it. Yes. There are lots of games like DayZ. Looking for a new game with good PvP. Good PvP. Player versus player. Yes. Well, we already answered that one. That's
Yep.
Team Fortress 2. Yeah.
Yep. Team Fortress 2.
Team Fortress 2. Or Hearthstone. I suppose. If you like random number generation. Looking for an old Flash racing game. All right. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Trailer music, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That's not a question. Sorry. Please reword your question in the form of a question.
You should totally answer that.
What multiplayer game I can play with my girlfriend? Lots.
Team Fortress 2.
Portal 2.
Portal 2.
Any of the Lego games.
That's
You don't agree with that?
My wife hates Lego games.
Well, it sounds like she doesn't like games.
No, she played TF2 and Portal with me.
But she doesn't like the Lego games?
No, she says they're juvenile. And this is coming from someone who watches Disney movies.
They're juvenile.
Juvenile.
Juvenile. Oh my god. Bomberman.
Bomberman.
Bomberman. Gears of War.
Technically, yes, there are female characters you can play as.
Hey, you don't need to play as a female character to play with your girlfriend.
I know.
I don't know. Tomb Raider. I mean, not Tomb Raider. Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light. Not Lara Croft and the Temple of Cyrus. Unless you're playing that in person, because it's probably a better experience than playing it online. All right. What do we leave off? What is the appeal of adventure capitalist? Well, I'm not too sure because I have not played Adventure Capitalist.
Neither have I.
I received a code from skip this guy. Still torn. What's going to give me a better experience, my PC or my PS4? Well, it all depends on what kind of experience you want, but overall, the PC has more opportunities for a better experience.
PC Master Race.
Are there any Wii U games that are similar to Earthbound or Grand Theft Auto 5? That seems like a very bit. Those are two completely different games. But as far as on the Wii U, there's Earthbound. That's similar to Earthbound.
Yeah.
and there's that Lego City.
Undercover.
Yeah, Lego Undercover. That's probably the closest thing you'll get to Grand Theft Auto on the Wii U.
Yep.
Well, hold on. What's Citizens of Earth? Is that on the Wii U?
Oh.
Let me see. Citizens of Earth. Uh, game. It looks like it's only on PC. Oh no! Oh yeah, it is on Wii U. It is on Wii U. Citizens of Earth is on Wii U. So yes, that is the closest thing to Earthbound that you'll get. That's not Earthbound.
Yeah.
Citizens of Earth. I'm bad at multiplayer games. How do I get better? Well,
Practice.
first of all, yeah, practice. Second of all, stop sucking. Third, use hacks.
I used to do this play multiplayer professionally back in the day, and it's practice mostly. And just keep playing and playing and playing. Eventually, you'll start getting better and better.
Well, nowadays there's also doing your research.
Yes.
Like a lot of games have, or a lot of multiplayer games that have, a lot of replay value in large communities have, there's lots of meta strategies to the game where you can, pick that up from either guides online or videos or streams with people explaining these strategies.
Yes.
And like, I mean, for example, StarCraft.
Yeah.
Like there's a specific way to do a Zerg rush. You gotta put down this specific unit at when you get this much minerals, exactly at that point, and that's how you end up doing a Zerg rush.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are strategies. So, I mean, you gotta do some research and practice.
Also,
I mean, it depends on how good you want to be in the game.
that, and also the game itself too. Some games to get better in it, there's different ways.
Oh, Steam wants me to update. There you go. Just wanted to make that stop blinking in the corner or in the bottom of the screen. Can you help me find a good combat flight sim? Ace Combat.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Ace Combat.
Go away. There we go. Don't need you. I was talking to my friends list that popped up for the listeners because some of the listeners are like, "Who are you talking to?" All right. The next question on here: which COD should I get? The fresh kind, near harbor,
Yeah.
or
a good Atlantic one.
they might be asking which Call of Duty should they get.
No, I think they're asking what COD they should get.
I'd say if it was, I'd assume it would be the advanced warfare, whatever it's called, future warfare, whatever the newest one is.
Yeah.
Probably want that.
Probably.
Yeah, because the communities for the older ones, they move on to the newer ones.
Yep.
What would you call Paper Mario style?
2.5.
Sure. I was going to say RPG, but I suppose that's...
they meant like the art style.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, they want like what kind of like art style is. It's 2.5D.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in between 2D and 3D.
Does anyone have a save game for fight? Let's skip that one.
Yeah.
Why all the hype around Witcher 3? Well,
this is what you need, Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin was actually asked onto the show today, and he told some stories. He basically said he's going to have dinner until like what 3 or 4 a.m. And I'm like,
What
oh,
kind of
I get
dinners
it.
are you having?
I get it. You're being Kevinlicious. That's not dinner.
I.e., he's gonna just stand outside someone's window and watch them
Wow.
in the
What
rain.
what a burn. I was going in one direction and you went the complete other direction.
Yep.
So all the hype around Witcher 3, I'm assuming is because one, a lot of people, especially on the Xbox, really liked Witcher 2. Like I think that's where it got really popular on the Xbox. I mean, a lot of people on PC played it, but it got even more popular once it became on Xbox. So they liked Witcher 2. That's one, and two, people want they want the next Skyrim experience. They want like the next thing after that because Skyrim came out like 4 years ago,
Yes.
and people have played that to death, and there's a big demand for a replacement for that. I mean, even though there's like a lot of mods to keep making new experiences with that game, they want the next thing. So I think that's why there's a lot of hype around Witcher 3.
I'm probably gonna get crap for this, but I actually like Oblivion more than Skyrim.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree with that. I mean, I
I
haven't
just
really.
wasn't that interested as much as I was with Oblivion.
Trying to find a particular video concerning. No, I'm not gonna help this guy. Sorry. Anyone else actually happy with new Star Wars Battlefront changes? What are the changes?
They got rid of space combat,
Okay.
integrated ships into ground combat, custom loadout instead of predetermined classes, no third person.
I mean, that sounds like Battlefield.
Yeah.
So, with that said,
Sounds
I
like Star Wars Battlefield.
yeah, like it sounds like there is not much of a distinction between Battlefront and Battlefield other than it having a Star Wars skin on top.
Yes. And this
So-
also gets into a point of nostalgia versus new thing. Because,
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a new thing. I mean, if
but you
people have been
understand what I'm saying.
if
so.
people have been playing Battlefield for they've been playing for quite a while, and I think providing basically the same experience but with a Star Wars skin on top isn't really. I don't think that's really a good thing. You want to at least have some type of a gameplay variation so that people want to play both games rather than be like, oh, well, this is just the same game.
What I was getting into was that they're so used to like the old Battlefronts, so they want like the new one to be similar to the old Battlefronts, and it's not. So that might be why some people might not be happy with the new changes. That's what I was talking about, nostalgia.
All right. Does anyone know what game is this? Well, let's click on this to see. Do I even want to click on this? I'm gonna move this to the other screen just to make sure that it's something appropriate. Okay, it's a video, and I don't want to show a video on here because
I don't even know what this is.
Korea will get into a fight with me. Man, this is a bizarre looking game. This actually looks pretty cool. I don't know, man. It's like everyone's wearing like these white masks, like V for Vendetta.
We happy few.
We happy few. Okay. That's weird. Anyways, let me close that out from the other side. Here, okay. All right. What is Bad Rats? Bad Rats is a terrible game that is usually extremely cheap during Steam sales. So people will buy it and gift it to their friends as a gag gift, and that's why the game sells so well. I mean, the developers make so much money because so many people buy the game as a gag gift. It is a terrible physics puzzle game in which you're playing as the rats trying to kill these cats, and like the physics is so bad that they there are different results that happen if you do the same thing. If that makes any sense. Like if you throw a ball, it might bounce differently each time you do it, even though you threw it at the exact same angle. That's how bad the physics is. So enough of bad rats. Let's move on. Does Paradox's Clausewitz need a better way to store? I don't have no idea what Clausewitz is. I think we should move on.
Okay.
That's not even a question. The next one, so let's move on past that. Trying to remember the names of some pinball adventure games. Sorry. Let's move on. What game is this screenshot from? I don't know. What game is this screenshot from? I don't see a screenshot. Oh, that I clicked on the wrong thing. That might help.
That's one.
What game is that screenshot from? Does anyone have an answer? Double Action, a Boogaloo. Well, this is not very entertaining for the listeners if I'm just looking at screenshots. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Let's get to a good question. What should I stream? Whatever game you like playing. That's the simple answer, right?
Yep.
Are there games with non-real-time 3D graphics? Yes. Resident Evil 1. Final Fantasy 7. Right?
Yep.
Because those have like pre-rendered environments and they're basically just a JPEG. You know? So yeah. I mean, that's a simple why would you ask such a question? Come on, that's nonsense. Give me a real question. You pick a question, Eric. Are there any games with a Zerg-like race that's not StarCraft? Yeah. Yep. Predator. Right?
Yep.
Sorry, not Predator. Aliens. Yep. That's what I meant. Aliens and Predator.
Hey, recommendations for gaming vlogs.
For gaming blogs? Well, there is one called Ada Continues. It's at www.adacontinues.com.
Shameless plug.
Well, it's not a shameless plug. I mean, considering that the listeners here, they already know.
Yeah, I know.
They already know.
Railguns and games.
Sure. Well, I mean, is that a question?
No, they're asking. Like, yeah, I'm guessing they're wondering what games have them.
Oh, which games have them? Quake. I mean, a lot of first-person shooters used to have railguns before they switched over to having like more realistic guns.
I would think maybe. There's a railgun in Halo. I know that.
Oh, is there?
Yes, Mass Effect has railguns.
I think Time Splitters had a railgun.
Yes, perfect feature.
Mm-hmm.
The mag charger.
Star
Wars games probably have some.
Yep.
A lot of basically any kind of like first-person shooter will have some form of a railgun.
Yeah, like if it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably have.
Crisis.
Crisis had a railgun.
I think so. Yeah.
Crisis had more futuristic type guns. I don't know. Oh, sorry, not. I meant more realistic, not futuristic. They had more realistic type guns with bullets. There was a GoldenEye game.
Yeah, GoldenEye.
Not GoldenEye 64, but the one that came out like on PS2 and Xbox. The one that just was called GoldenEye, even though it had nothing to do with GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Because the agent had a golden eye. That's why it was called GoldenEye. I remember that, like, you can use a railgun and shoot through walls in that one.
Yeah.
Let's move on. I'm upgrading to current gen systems. I want to get a PS4 to beat Bloodborne, then trade the PlayStation in for an Xbox One. All my friends are on Xbox. What is the best way to do this to save as much money as possible? Well, that sounds kind of like some shenanigans right there.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't recommend that plan at all.
So you're buying a console to play one game, and then you're going to trade it in to get an Xbox One for which all your friends have one.
Yeah, I would just say go with the Xbox One and like don't even try to do that tomfoolery.
Yeah.
You know, like that's gonna cost you a lot more than it's even worth trying. You know, unless you wanna buy buy the PS4 used from like eBay or Craigslist or something, and then sell it again on eBay or Craigslist. You know, that is probably, and you have to buy Bloodborne as well, used.
Yeah.
So basically, you'd have to like get the PS4 used, sell it, and then if you want to get the Xbox One new. I mean, personally, I would get my consoles brand new because I don't like buying used electronics. So yeah. But overall, I do not recommend. What's this thing that you posted in the links? I mean, in the show notes.
Click on it. It has all the railguns in games. I found it.
Ace Combat, Alien Legacy, Alien vs. Predator 2, Armored Core. Yeah, Armored Core. Yeah, that was a game.
Yep.
Now this list is way too long for me to go through the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. But yeah.
All right. Shadow Complex-esque games for PC. Well, Shadow Complex is a Metroidvania. So I would suggest opening up your Steam, and then you can click on, let's say, a Metroidvania game like Axiom Verge. Yeah, that's definitely a Metroidvania. Then there's this tag on the side. You click on Metroidvania, and you can see all these Metroidvania games, like Red Goblin Cursed Forest, which I've never heard of. Dex, game that just came out. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Environmental Station Alpha, never heard of that. Let's list some good ones off. Ori, I heard that one's pretty good. Apotheon. Outland, that is a really good one. Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition. Yeah. There we go. That's how you find any type of game with Steam. What games are worth trying? The good ones.
You have to click on his thing. It has a list.
Oh, okay.
And You click on it, and he has like all these games, and you're like, why hasn't he played them?
Okay,
Like
so
he has like he played the first episode of Half-Life, but he hasn't played any of the other episodes. He's played like Left 4 Dead 2, but not Left 4 Dead 1, but he owns it.
okay, so let's sort this by time played and look at the ones that have like little to no time on it at all. And okay, looking at his list of games,
See,
um,
like all the Half-Life, I would say.
Clash, I'd say that's worth trying. It's like you could beat that game in between 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah.
I suppose Dragon Age Origins, even though I haven't played that myself. Man, this guy has a lot of games that he hasn't played at all.
No. Hey, let's see.
Metro 2033.
Yes,
What's
I
playing?
played that.
Man, forget this guy. Forget this dude.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the questions.
Back to the questions.
Lower frames per second. Why? Well, the reason why a developer would lower the frame rate would be because the console can't handle higher frame rate. So they wouldn't lower it. They more cap it. They'd cap it to like 30. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Evil Within or Resident Evil Revelations 2? I haven't heard many people say too many good things about Evil Within. Have you?
Yeah.
I've heard good things about Resident Evil Revelations 2, though. Other than the fact that it's episodic and some people don't like that.
I mean, the only person I know that's played the game said it was like your typical like horror. It's like it's fun at first, where it's like a horror movie and everything, but then like it gets really old. To a point where like you can predict where you're gonna get attacked and so forth.
Do you recognize this old DOS game? And they made a goofy graphic, which I'm not even... No, I do not recognize that, buddy. I'm sorry. Whoops. All right. Should I get Dragon Age Inquisition DLC? Did you like Dragon Age Inquisition?
He's 40 hours into it.
Then no. Do not get the DLC. Does anyone... No, I'm not going to even... Why is Wolfenstein the New Blood considered DLC? It shouldn't be. It's standalone expansion. The reason why it's considered DLC is because it was originally supposed to be DLC. It was supposed to be 2 DLC packs. But then they decided to just clump them together and sell it as one standalone expansion.
Yeah.
What are the best free PC games? Team Fortress 2?
Team Fortress 2.
Hearthstone?
Hearthstone.
I'm
not gonna.
League of Legends?
Yeah.
Dota 2? Yeah. Those. Is EA UFC for PC? No, it is not. It is totally not. Is there any games in development or planning that are something along the lines of From Dust and or Black and White? I was gonna say Goddess, but that's no longer in production. So the answer is no. Right?
Yeah.
Where are the Marvel blockbuster games?
They make them. It just no one cares about them.
It's that they basically just have that one game, that Diablo type game.
Yeah.
Marvel Heroes 2015.
And then they have the Facebook game.
Yeah, like Marvel hasn't really been making AAA games anymore.
No, they make ones for the movies, but then like they're not that good.
Well, like Marvel hasn't really made one
No.
like for their movies in quite a while. Like the last one I remember was Hulk.
Yeah.
Um.
Because you got Lego Marvel, which that's not really Marvel.
Oh yeah. They pretty much went the Lego route now.
Yeah. That's really all they have.
Yeah. So, I mean, like outside of Marvel, like you have, uh, like Wolverine X-Men Origins. Like that will
Yeah.
that's more of Fox's movie.
Yep.
But there was at one point there was a in production a an Avengers game for the movie,
Yes.
and you can find gameplay footage online. Like if you type first person Avengers game, you will find video footage of this game where you like they play like they have I think the only gameplay footage was Hulk and Iron Man, and like you're either Iron Man and you're shooting, or you're Hulk and you have like your fists and you're punching. Oh, that reminds me. I mean, like, there were the Captain America, the Thor, and Iron Man games, and all of them got like mediocre to bad reviews.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. Um. What else we got? Oh, a good question.
Okay.
What game was your worst purchase and why?
There we go.
Oh, I need some thought on this one. Do you have any in mind?
Hellboy Science of Evil.
Yeah, tell me about that.
I picked it because I was a huge Hellboy fan at the time. I still am actually Hellboy fan,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, oh my gosh, a Hellboy actual video game that looked good. Problem was, it came out right when the 360 came out, and I kept getting pushing back. And then when you actually play the game, it was super repetitive. And I've said before on the podcast last time I was on, the last like 2 chapters were not even part of the game. And I paid $50 for it, and then not even 2 months later, you can get it in like the Walmart $5 bin.
I think that's what you call getting deboed.
Yep.
Oh man, I can't even think of like a game that like I know that it has happened. It's just I can't really think of any at the moment, and I'm pretty sure as soon as we finish recording, all these games are just gonna like, just come up to my mind and I'll remember. But Garshasp, I guess. I mean, that was a game that I thought would probably be like, I don't know, mildly amusing, but just end up being terrible. Well, I wouldn't say this is the worst, but I remember being highly disappointed in Quantum Conundrum because it was developed by Kim Swift, who did the Portal games, or at least Portal 1. And I was like, if this is going to be at least a little bit like Portal, then I should enjoy this game. And it just had so many issues with it, and I was really disappointed with it. But I'm pretty sure there was other purchases I've made that have been the worst. How far in? You know what? Let's wrap this up. Let's do one more question.
Okay.
Do one more. A good one. In English. Yes. What kind of question is that in English? Um, come on, where are these
Here you
good?
go.
What?
What kind of controller for PC gaming?
Um, Xbox 360.
There we
Wh-
go.
Why is EA so hated? I think that's a good question.
Yep. There we go.
Why is EA so hated? Well,
You can even make this a whole topic one week.
EA is so hated for many reasons.
Yes.
One reason is that they they like to charge the consumer at any and every point that they can. Like for example, Dead Space 3. You
Yes.
know, like
They're
they,
like running into the ground.
well, they got like you can buy the items. Like it has its own loot system, and you can go to the store and buy stuff. And they try to charge for anything and everything. Mass Effect 3, you have the DLC with the one dude, um the character, the Prothean character that tells you vital information about the universe.
Oh yes.
And it's like, oh, this is DLC.
Yep. And the funny part is he was actually supposed to be part of Mass Effect 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
He was supposed to be part of Mass Effect 2, and then EA, one of the big wigs of EA, said that he wanted a DLC character that looked kind of like his daughter. So that's when they came up with Kasumi, the thief.
hmm.
Yes.
Why do you think EA is so hated?
For all the reasons you just said, and also they just take well-known games and just bury them into the ground.
Like Dungeon Master.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons. We could go on for days, but I think that's it. I think we're 40 minutes into the podcast.
Okay.
So yeah, that is it for the main topic. Sorry if we're like just going on random
Tangents.
tangents, yeah, and such. It's just we didn't really have a main topic because this podcast was set up minutes ago, about an hour ago or so.
Okay. I know this is probably one. This will probably be the final one, and I can get you talking for a little bit.
Okay.
Favorite story in a video game?
Favorite story in a video game. Off the top of my mind, I'd say Spec Ops. The Line. I think that's probably one of my favorites of recent years. Well, either that or the Last of Us. I think that was a really good one too. But I'll just go with Spec Ops: The Line. I think it was really well done. It was surprisingly well done. Had a lot of options, a lot of different choices that weren't laid out in front of you, like in a decision wheel, like Mass Effect.
Yes.
Like you have options that are hidden. Like you don't even know you can actually do it until you actually do it. And it was, I don't know, like one of the best stories of recent memory. All right, you.
I would say probably Bioshock Infinite for me. I actually like the story.
Nice. All right.
Now we could.
All right. Let's move on to the news. Let me get the outline up in front of me. All right. So this first news, well, as you can see, it's a Kickstarter page I have in front of you if you're watching this. It is of the game Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. And this is being made by Koji Igarashi, who is best known for making Castlevania Symphony of the Night and basically all of the ones after that use that Metroidvania style. And Igarashi coined the term Igavania because his website's igavania.com. Well, no, sorry, it's not his website. It looks like it just links straight to this Kickstarter page. But I think that's he's taken too much credit, by saying Igavania, because I mean, Symphony of the Night took a lot of influences from Metroid. That's why they call it a Metroidvania.
Yep.
But basically, what I want to talk about is, they've reached their goal. They wanted 500,000. They're at 2 million currently, with still a good month to go. And they got some I was about to say prototype, some concept art. So this isn't actual gameplay footage or anything. This isn't from the game itself. This is just concept art they threw together to look like it's a screenshot. And this basically looks like an HD Castlevania game. Like, it has like a similar style of art to the DS games, which I liked. I like the DS games and Game Boy Advance games. So I'm pretty happy that Koji Igarashi is working on a new Castlevania, not Castlevania game. I mean, I did not back this Kickstarter because I stopped doing that. I don't like doing that anymore. But I'm looking forward to this, and it looks like they're getting David Hayter, aka Solid Snake.
Yes.
He's gonna be like, "What is a man? It's a miserable pile of secrets."
Secrets.
I don't. Okay. That's when he turns into Dracula.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, like
and
this.
Joe West Pierce. Secrets. I heard there's secrets.
Yep. But yeah, like, I mean, this is basically Castlevania.
Yep.
There's a whip and everything. Have you played any of the Castlevania games? You into any of them?
I played some. Not in a while though.
You a fan, or you just eh?
Eh.
Okay, it's all right. I don't. I'm not gonna hate. You don't like it. That's fine. Hey, not everybody has the same taste, but I'm pretty excited for this. Oh, then I think the number just went up. No, I'm serious. It looked like it just went up. Somebody rewind the YouTube video. So let's move on, since you don't have much to say about this.
Okay.
So, The Black Glove. This is a game being developed by former BioShock developers, because as a lot of you know, or at least we also mentioned this, I think, on last week's episode, I believe, that Irrational Game pretty much laid off, like, I don't know, like 90% of their workforce.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them got together to form Day for Night. And they were trying to make a game called The Black Glove, which it's a very strange looking game that has to do with like altering time and stuff like that to make works of art. It seems really weird. It's definitely not a shooter. It's more of a story driven, or at least weird game.
Yeah.
And they had a Kickstarter for it. When was the Kickstarter? It was, I think, earlier this year or something like that. And they failed to reach their Kickstarter goal. So at this point, they're saying that they are putting the game on hold development for the game until further notice. So I think that's kind of disappointing that they gotta end up doing this. I mean, they can't keep developing a game without funding.
Yes.
And obviously there was not enough support to fund this project. It's a very weird looking game. I'll give it that. And because of how weird it is, I have some interest in checking it out eventually. But, like I said, I don't back Kickstarters anymore. So,
Yeah.
do you have any opinions on this?
It's kind of sad, but if they don't have the funding, then they can't send it out.
Did you watch the video that pitched this game for Kickstarter?
Yes. And I thought like it was very eerie and weird.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Okay.
Everyone's favorite game, Candy Crush Saga. It will be preloaded onto Windows 10.
Great.
Oh, man.
You can sense my excitement here.
Man.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's a way to uninstall.
Yeah.
Oh, this is kind of disgusting. Because I can see it now. You install Windows 10, and then on your desktop, and on your start menu, you're going to see a link to Candy Crush Saga. And then there's going to be another one that says, click here for more games by King.
Yep. Candy Crush is the gateway.
This is just disgusting,
and then one day you come home and like all the games are just downloaded on your computer and you don't remember any of it.
Mm-hmm. What happened to having good old pinball preloaded onto your Windows?
I don't know. I guess people aren't excited about pinball anymore.
That space pinball.
Yep, I remember that.
And then Solitaire and Minesweeper.
These aren't as flashy as Candy Crush, and you can't make money off those games.
Yep. Can't do it. I'm disappointed.
I am too.
Let's move on. So, Assassin's Creed Syndicate has been announced. Release date is this October.
Always October.
It takes place in London. Industrial Revolution. I want them to stop.
I know. But using this, I mean, they're going up through history, so eventually they're going to catch up with his present day, and then they won't have anything to go back in time to.
No, they'll always have something because they'll catch up to present day, and then the next year, that last year's game was not present day; it was last year.
Or they go back to caveman times, caveman assassin.
Like okay, so that 2D or 2.5D, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Chronicles that came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had high hopes and low expectations for that. I pretty much expected that it was gonna suck, which it ended up getting very mediocre reviews. But I was hoping that it was going to be some kind of breath of fresh air for the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Redeeming factor.
Was that?
Like a redeeming factor.
Yeah, like just it needed change. It needed something different. And I was hoping that maybe this different style of game would bring back some life to Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed was one of my favorite franchises of last generation. What are they doing?
Running into the ground.
Like
It's
they've already milked it dry.
yes,
They're still trying to milk it. It's
but they know
dry.
people are gonna buy them because there's really big Assassin's Creed fans.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Ubisoft. I'm disappointed in people who are hyped up for this game.
I'm not because it's they're gonna run this game every year. As long as people buy it, they're gonna ship the stuff out.
I'm so hip hop gamer.
Mm-hmm.
I like hip hop gamer. I think he's a cool guy. But he made a video recently. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Ubisoft back on top looks incredible. No, they are not back on top. They are not back on top. Like it's like hip hop gamer, you're part of the problem. You are hyping up what we know is going to be another, just shovelware from Ubisoft.
Yep. Same old stuff, just different environment.
I'm surprised that they didn't announce 2 Assassin's Creeds for this. I mean, like, I'm not talking about Chronicles. I'm talking about like last year where they did Unity and what's the other one?
God dang it! I know what you're talking about.
Black Flag 2.
No, starts with an R.
Revelations.
I don't.
Rogue.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Had something. I kept thinking Renegade. I was like, can't be Renegade.
So, I'm surprised that they didn't do 2 or even 3 of them. But I do find this funny. Let's close that. There we go. For the listeners out there who are not able to view, it is a screenshot of, or it's concept art of like a fighting, like an underground fighting arena. I suppose. Like, I didn't watch the trailer, so I don't know. But it looks like some kind of underground fighting, and one of the fighters is Brock Lesnar. He's a
Brock
big
Lesnar.
Yeah, he's a big man, and he has Brock Lesnar's tattoo on his back, and he basically looks like Brock Lesnar.
Nice.
I just find that interesting, so not much else to say.
It's Brock Lesnar. That's all you need to know.
Yep. So, I'm trying to find where my outline is at. There we go. That's it for video game. But got 2 more things to talk about.
2 more.
2 more things. Because I like to talk about some non-gaming related stuff, and I want to talk about some comic TV shows because I like some comics. I like TV shows. In fact, we got a podcast called Out of Capes.
Yep.
Specifically for that thing, but I want to talk about here because on Out of Capes we don't have like a general, show. We have the shows are specifically for specific.
Sure.
Yeah.
We did an Arrow. We did a Daredevil review, and now we're just do Flash.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's move on. And Supergirl. So they released a 6.5-minute long trailer.
Yes.
CBS. I feel like this is the most chick flick trailer ever.
Black Widow.
Yeah, like it is. It's basically like that Black Widow Saturday Night Live skit, which is it's supposed to be. That was supposed to be comedy, and that came out like 2 weeks ago. And this Supergirl trailer is very similar to it, except for the fact that this is trying to be serious, or it's not intentionally funny. Um, like I feel like I am definitely not the target audience for the show at
I
all.
don't feel it either. And I mean, you have talked. The person who does love it is my wife, and she's a girl.
Yeah, I sent this trailer to one of my coworkers, and she's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. This looks pretty good."
Yeah.
So, if you're female, it's most likely you'll think this might be good because you're the target audience. I am not the target audience, and I find this kind of funny in the wrong way.
Yep.
You sent me an article before we started recording.
Yes.
I didn't get to read the whole thing. I just skimmed through it. But it was basically trying to say people who are criticizing the Supergirl trailer are sexist because they didn't complain about the Flash.
Yeah.
Because there's some similarities with like Barry bumping into people and all some other similarities between the Supergirl trailer and the first episode of Flash. I recall both of us making fun of Barry, the fact that, oh, I'm always late.
Yep.
Right? I mean, we did not pull any punches. Like they're drilling that a bit too hard in that first episode and when he first appeared on Arrow, where he's like, "Oh, Barry, you're always late. What's going on?" Yup, I'm always running behind. But like, I think a major difference between the Flash and the Supergirl trailer is the tone.
Yes.
Like, this has chick flick tone written all over it. They even have like the whole like Katy Perry music like at the very end, like the uplifting you can do it music at the very end. Like, it's just
They also go into like near the end saying that we have darker and grittier ones, but also we should have some cuter, lighter, and funnier and more romantic takes on superheroes. Their words, not mine.
who said that? The
The
article?
article says
Oh.
that we need to have lighter, cuter, and more romantically look takes on superheroes.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, and they use the example Lois and Clark, where it mostly followed the screwball romantic comedy.
Yeah, I did not get to watch a lot of Lois and Clark as a kid. Like at first I watched a bit of that, but at a certain point my parents stopped letting me watch Lois and Clark because it started focusing too much on the romance.
Exactly.
So my parents stopped letting me watch it. But yeah, I mean, like I'm not trying to hate on Supergirl because it is a girl, as for the main character, because I don't have an issue with that. Like I really liked Agent Carter.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good show. I thought she was a really good character done by a talented actress.
How do you feel about the actress playing Supergirl?
She has personality. I don't know if that's the right personality, but like she has a lot of it.
It worked before with Barry. They got another person from Glee, so they're like, we got one person from Glee and it worked, so let's try another one.
Like she seems very goober, and like yeah, this is their take on Supergirl, so sure they can do whatever they want with that character, but like usually Supergirl is a lot more of a confident character.
Yeah.
And she's also very alien. She's like, what is this? What is that? Why do you humans do this?
This one, like you said, it just seemed like she's trying to find herself. and this is and being Supergirl is her finding herself.
Like I think one scene that stood out in the trailer is when she's with James Olsen, not Jimmy Olsen.
James.
James Olsen, and he's like, "I didn't catch your name," and then she just starts like giggling like a goober.
Yeah.
Like she just
Here's the other thing too. Like when I'm watching that video, I felt like I just watched the whole first episode.
yeah.
Like I was like, I don't even need to see the first episode. I feel like I watched the whole episode.
Yeah, I mean, like it had every cue for a chick flick cliche. You know, she starts off with the Devil Wears Prada boss, you know,
Yeah.
who needs her latte, and you know, she wants to be something but isn't that, and then she gets her call, and that is to save that airplane, and then you know, after that, she's like, "Oh, time to change my life," and then it has the whole montage of her trying different outfits and everything, and then when everything's looking good, she gets shot down by the military dude, who's like, "I don't trust aliens." So she's crying in her apartment by herself until her best friend
Her
knocks on
sister.
her sister. Well, it's
They
probably
never.
not. I
they
don't think it's her
never actually-
biological sister.
No, and that's
So-
the thing. They never even say that's her sister, but it's her sister. She's been cast as her sister.
But like, no, she says it. She says, "Cause I'm your sister" at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
But like, either way, her best friend knocks on a door and is like, "I need you to do this. I need you to be Supergirl." And then uplifting music starts and montage of her saving and making a truck crash. You know, like it has like all these cues that are specifically from chick flick cliches.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to hate on it. I'm just saying this is not for me. It might be for you, the listener.
I mean, you don't like iZombie either, and that's comic based.
Yeah, but it's not because it's a female lead. It's just it's not for me. I watched the first few minutes. It's like, nope. You know, like I'm pretty sure there are people who are like, oh, he doesn't like Supergirl, doesn't like iZombie, he's a sexist. No, it's just the show's not for me. I have
Kinda
no,
like
no problem with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like half of the cast there are female. Sky is pretty much the main character of that show.
Yep.
But yeah. Let's move on and talk about another DC show.
Yes.
DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So they released this trailer. Was it the day after the Arrow finale?
Yes. The day after.
And basically, this is who's all on the team? Adam,
Adam, Hawkgirl, Captain Cold, Heatwave, and White Canary. And half a Firestorm.
Yeah. And I noticed that every scene that they show Firestorm, they never show Firestorm's face.
Nope.
They just show a guy on fire flying around.
And they don't show Heatwave at all. They show him the one scene where they're talking about like the villains, and then they don't show him ever again. That's the other thing I found weird.
I didn't like Rip Hunter. He is the guy who comes from the future, who is bringing this team together. I didn't like any of his lines. I think it was very poorly written. I don't know if it might have been poorly executed too, but like I think more so poorly written dialogue. But like why would somebody from the future explain everything that's happening in the future? Like, wouldn't that like mess up the timeline?
Exactly.
Like isn't like the number one rule of time travel is like don't tell
Change it.
yeah, don't change it, don't alter anything.
Yes.
Like you can step on a butterfly and then that will like ruin humanity.
Yep.
There's a movie that did that. I can't remember what it's
Butterfly
called.
effects.
No. Like it was a like this B movie where they would like open this portal to the past, like the the prehistoric age, and they would have to like pretty much walk on this those laser walkways in Portal 2.
Yeah.
It was basically like that. They'd have to like stay on that and just walk on that, and it was like this tour to the past, for tourists. And somebody stepped off of it and crushed a butterfly, and then that like created like a complete change in the timeline, and then people became monkeys, and it was pretty dumb. But that aside, sorry, I went off topic.
You're fine.
DC's Legends of Tomorrow,
Yes.
I think it's okay.
It looked good. I'm excited for it. The only thing is like 2016. I'm like, great. I have to wait until next year.
I mean, the other than Rip Hunter's terrible dialogue,
Also, he's from Doctor Who, so he went from one time traveling thing to another.
hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, like the animation at the end with Adam turning small looked like a college student's Maya assignment.
Like the thing I sent you, where it's the synopsis, and that has like, good thing there was a pencil there, or else the audience might not understand that I'm small.
Yup, pencil on the floor. Like it was like it's especially bad considering that the Ant-Man trailer is all over the place right now,
Yes.
and that looks amazing. And like the when the atom shrunk, it was clearly not even like a person. It was just a poorly animated model, or maybe it was like uh what's it called, a stop motion. It looked pretty bad.
It looked like they took the photo of, like, took a photo of him standing there and just really shrunk it down.
um I do like that they're bringing back Sarah.
But they don't explain how she's alive, besides just,
That's you gotta watch the show. You gotta watch the show.
and why she's White Canary now.
Well, because they can't make her Black Canary too.
Yeah, they can. She could be Black Canary, and Laurel can just go back to being a lawyer like she just needs to be.
Like I feel like them bringing her back is basically them responding to the fans who were upset about her being replaced by Laurel,
Yep.
which Laurel is the second worst character on Arrow. She is no longer the worst. She's upgraded.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I'm glad that Sarah's back. I really liked her. Good character. You have any final thoughts on this?
I'm just excited for it and see where this goes. I mean, they've talked to, like, they've multiple people have been asked from all the other shows if they're going to be in this, and they said they don't know, but they've been talks about how if they can or will be. So,
Do you
who
think
knows?
this might hurt the other shows?
Yes, because I had this opinion when Flash started happening, was that it was taking away a little bit of Arrow because they're spending all their time on Flash trying to get it a second season. And then once Flash got to a second season, Arrow started like picking up steam a little more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think this might hurt the other shows, which is unfortunate. Like that, this is how it works out.
They really just need to rename this spin-off where they get these spin-off crossovers, and each week is a different spin-off crossover.
Yeah, like I hope that the fact that this show exists will mean less crossovers between the other shows.
Oh no, there's gonna be crossovers.
Like I mean, I think this should be the show for the crossovers, while the other ones just keep doing their own things and not like have, hey, Felicity is in town now. Let's have a wild dinner night. Woohoo!
Here's the other thing too: is that like Flash and Arrow are both filmed near near each other, so occasionally the actors from Flash, when they're not on screen, are just over on the Arrow set, just hanging out with the actors. So that's why they kind of do the crossovers too, because they already have the actors hanging around. So it's not like they have to call them up and look, hey, can you appear on the show? When they have the person just wandering around the set.
Yep, Cisco's just wandering around cheesing.
Yep, she's.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Sure thing.
And I think I'm back. Am I? Oh no, I don't have the window.
Yes.
There I am. Hello. So, anyways, don't have any listener feedback this week. If you want to write into the podcast, ask us any questions, just like how the internet asks us questions. Well, sorry, Reddit asked the internet and we answered.
Yep.
But if you want your own questions asked to us, you can write in to podcast@outofcontinues.com. Just some quick plugs. Check out my Twitch stream. That's twitch.tv/sayedstafa. That's SAYEDSTAFA. And I try to do at least once a week playing a game on there. Hearthstone, maybe Superman Night Combat, something. I need to play something else.
Spellweaver.
Spellweaver. I haven't played that yet.
I played it like that one day.
How you like it?
I kind of liked it. It was kind of Hearthstone, but with a storyline.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out then if it has storyline. That sounds cool.
Like, there's points where it's like do this mission, and then you have to go to this area and face this person, or certain many times, or play one battle and you get a card and so forth. Like, you do missions and you actually get cards instead of just gold that buys you packs.
I'll probably try streaming that, and then I'll export the stream onto YouTube.
Yeah.
Check out our Out of Capes podcast this week, because you're gonna be listening to this on Monday.
Also, that might be. That is kind of our final one this.
Yeah, this week is gonna be our final podcast for The Flash season 1. We're going to wrap up, talk about that finale that we're going to watch. We're going to do a review on the whole season, just a quick rating, what our thoughts are overall, and maybe even do comparisons to some other season finales that we just watched recently. So
yes,
yeah. Out of Capes. You can find it at outofcontinues.com/TV podcasts. Check out my man, Nathan Becker. You can find him by searching Ectogemia. That's ECTOGEMIA. He does the music, the intro music for the MP3 version of the podcast. So if you're listening to the MP3, you heard that music, that's done by Ectogemia. And you're going to hear another song at the end of this podcast. That's by him, too. It's one of the songs from the Beware the Bully soundtrack, done by Ectogemia. So you can find them by Facebook.com/Ectogemia, SoundCloud.com/Ectogemia. I was about to say Out of Continues. No, that is me. That's not him. He's Ectogemia. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Nope.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
All right. If you enjoy what you've been hearing, you can support us by liking us on Facebook. You can follow the Twitter. You can leave an iTunes review. It is one of the single most helpful things you can do for the show. That is, leave that review. Be like, boop, 5 stars.
I gave it 1 star.
Oh, well, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing.
I was mad because you took me off.
Hey, it happens, man.
Yep.
You're too Viking for the show.
Yep.
You can contact us by email. That's at podcast@outofcontinues.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/outofcontinues. All these can be found on the website. That's www.outofcontinues.com. You can give me a tweet. I am at Sayedstafa. That's at SAYEDSTAFA.
And I'm at emesker712. EMETCGR712.
All right. I'd like to thank my guest host, Eric, for joining me on such short notice.
No problem.
You're the man. You're like, I'll do it. I was like, hey, man, do this in 30 minutes. Is that cool with you? You're like, we'll do this now. We'll do this live.
It's called working nights, so I'm always up at night.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. You saved the day. With that said, I'm your host, Stafa.
And I'm Eric.
We'll see you next week. Out of Capes, where you can learn all about Joe's secrets.